My Mum Your Dad star Martin M has been blasted by one body language expert after he appeared to smile as Tolullah poured her heart out to him. The scenes came after Tolullah decided Martin M was the one. Martin M was sat between his two love interests, and apparently loving it. Speaking on behalf of Spin Genie, Darren told us, Martin M comes across as very arrogant in his body language as well as his speech. When we see him in the middle of Tolullah and Monique, he sits well back in the chair upright and has his hands on his knees. His legs are apart, and he seems too confident. I get the impression he isn't nervous in any way, and that suggests he loves the attention he's getting from both ladies. Martin M's nerves, however, dominant. Tolullah is more than a match for Martin M. Darren said, once Tolullah started speaking up, Martin looked anxious. He started sucking and biting his finger out of nervousness. That's purely because at that moment he isn't in control of the situation. Worryingly for Monique, Darren added, when we look at Martin's body language, he doesn't seem to show any affection towards Tolullah or Monique in a group dynamic, suggesting his words are inauthentic and he's masking his true emotions. I also noticed that while Tolullah was speaking about her connection with Martin M and Martin H, Monique leant to the right, as a way of distancing herself from the situation. It shows she felt uncomfortable. It was a physical way of moving away from him. Very inappropriate. Darren also chipped in on Tolullah's chat with Martin H, saying she looked genuinely upset to have to let him down. Martin M, however, showed no such grace to Tolullah. When Tolullah talks to Martin M about her feelings, he is completely disconnected from her and shows no care in the world. He bit his lip when she told him, which is a way to reassure himself when feeling uncomfortable. She's telling him she's upset, while he's smiling, which is very inappropriate. He knows he has all the power, and he looks like he's enjoying it a lot, Darren speculated. Darren added, they sat far apart, whereas when Tolullah spoke with Martin H, he was close to her to show he was supporting her and cared a lot about what she had to say. He had great eye contact and she had his attention the whole way through. Whereas Martin M is very distracted and can't focus on this conversation. She's pouring her heart out, and he's not making any effort whatsoever. He didn't comfort her in any way. When he told Tolullah he liked Monique, Tolullah was stunned and no expression could hide that. He then asks her for a hug, and she was having none of it, which tells us she has strength here and is able to walk away and hold her head up high. So where does that leave Martin M and Monique? Darren told us, I can't see any authentic emotion coming from him, which is worrying. I don't think he's being genuine with his feelings for anyone. We see him and Monique kissing at the end, and while they do have chemistry, it's very telling from the way he lets down Tolullah with no remorse. It's clear he has no empathy in his actions. I don't think there will be much longevity between Martin M and Monique, as I can imagine him changing his mind quickly again. Quote,